You ready to start yapping?
Yes.
Let's get it. Do you think that was good? Okay, I think it's gonna be good. I'm excited. Yo, what's good? What's good, y'all?
Hey.
This is so crazy doing this in our living room. This is crazy. Y'all, real quick, welcome to the Jami AJ podcast. Welcome to YAPpin. Welcome to YAPpin. We finna start yapping, y'all. So, all that to say, we just started our podcast journey today, and we're super excited. We got some used kind of equipment that we're using, but it's crazy because it said used on Amazon. But the cool thing about it is that it looks new. Like, it looks just
I don't
fine.
think it was used. Maybe someone bought it because they were like, they thought they were going to use it and then, I don't know.
Yeah. I think I mean, honestly, like, we have like used stuff. Like, we go pawn shop. Like, we have wedding bands that are like used, and we got them at different pawn shops. But the crazy thing is they're the exact same ring, but at different pawn shops in the city, which we kind of have like a funny story that we tell people about that, where we think that they sadly, and it's not a funny story because this part, but it's sad because I think we think that they like got like separated, divorced, went to different pawn shops, let their wedding bands go, and then we got to different pawn shops, went and grabbed these rings, and now we like redeemed them. And so we kind of think like these podcast equipment, like we're redeeming this too in some way, you know?
Maybe. I don't know. Earlier I said, I'm just going to add this because I don't usually say cool stuff, but
don't lie.
I said, it doesn't matter if it's used. It matters how you use it. So, we got this stuff and we're going to use it for our podcast. And so far we really like it. So I am excited to start.
It's fire. That's fire. Okay, baby. When she says she don't say cool stuff, she means like she doesn't say one-liners a lot. So she had like a crazy bar. So I was like, yeah, you got to write that down and say it. Anyway,
Okay,
all that
give
to
us
say,
some context.
yes. So some context to the name of YAPpin. So Jami, your name, and as everyone will know, is spelled with a Y, but is pronounced with a J. And so Jami is spelled YAMI. So Jami, then you have AJ, which starts with obviously an A, and then you have podcast. So we took all of the acronyms of Jami AJ podcast, literally equals out to YAPpin. And that is such a fire name. There's no crazy like deep meaning to that. We just really like Jami AJ podcast. And when we say Jami AJ podcasting, we are yapping. So we're going to start yapping, y'all. We're starting to yap. And we're going to try and redeem, like this podcast is like wanting to like redeem the idea of when you say or tell somebody that they're yapping or you're about to yap, a lot of it comes with like insignificant words, or you're just talking to talk at that point. But in reality, what we're trying to do, again, kind of like with our podcast equipment and our wedding bands, is we're trying to redeem the idea of yapping. And hopefully we don't yap. Hopefully we go deeper into conversation and talk about things that are relevant, talk about things about
that are important to us.
Yes, exactly.
Just talking, but hopefully with some more meaning behind it.
Yes, so YAPpin is it's just cool. The acronym is just cool, and it matches up, and it's a fun name. And we're open-handed with it, but that's what we got so far, YAPpin. So we finna start yapping, y'all. So anyway, I'm going to pass it to Jami. She's going to give a quick background of us, of her first, and then I'll go after.
Background. Let me think. Okay, so I'm Jami, and what could I say about myself? I'm a 25-year-old girl.
24.
25-year-old woman. But, I feel like a woman, but, I still feel so young. I am young, but I just feel sometimes like, whoa, I'm really, really an adult now. But I work in the hospital, so I do patient care kind of things. What else can I tell you? I grew up a military child, and
what kind of patient care?
I take care of pregnant patients, so labor and delivery, that kind of stuff right now. But I used to work in a different area of the hospital too. So that's what I've been doing for the last few years. And then I'm married to my husband, AJ. So me and AJ are married.
Yes.
And
we're not just roommates. We're not just partners on the podcast.
Yeah, we're just like, oh, we're just best friends. No.
Nah, we're married. And we're best friends though, but.
And I would say I'm more of a quiet person. Like, at least around people I don't know. Like, I'm not like talking crazy. And at work too, I'm also kind of a more quiet person, because when I am myself, like, I just let loose and have so much fun. And I'm excited to do a podcast, because it's like right now, like, it's just me and you in a room. It's not like other people watching, but it's also like a chance for me to like share what are my thoughts on things. Maybe not be in front of like a whole crowd, you know. It's like a little bit more intimate, but then we'll post it and like, oh shoot, now people are gonna hear what we're gonna say.
That's good. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited, but that's a little bit about me.
Okay. What are you interested in? Like, what do you like to do outside of work?
What would I say? Outside of work, I like to hang out with friends.
Yeah.
And I don't know, spend time with you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things, and I think we kind of will go over that later too. But
okay, sweet.
I don't know, friends, eating, hang out with you. Yeah.
Just the simple things of life, baby. I love that. Okay, last thing, and I'll go, because I want you to talk more about yourself, because I think you don't talk. You're like, not that you're just a very humble, simple lady. Like, I feel like there's a lot of things that you do. What is like one interesting, I guess, quick story or fact about you that you really want to just share real quick? Just real quick.
A quick story? Oh, I don't know. A fact? What's a cool fact about me?
No pressure though. I just thought
this is hard now, because I don't know what's gonna be interesting to somebody else.
Say it for you, girl. What you think is interesting will be interesting.
An interesting fact I tell people all the time, like when someone's like, you're in a group of people and they're like, what's something cool about you that nobody else knows? So for me,
every church
the
group.
the one thing that's interesting, probably nobody else I have a dog shaped birthmark on one of my legs. So that is something cool to me.
Okay. And we'll have more opportunities to share some cool stuff. I feel it just pop up. But that is true. It literally looks like the dog that we have now, Bruno. It's literally him on Jami's leg, which is crazy. And the birthmark is lighter than her actual skin tone, which normally sometimes I think birthmarks look, I don't know, different, I guess. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
So now you just told everyone I'm black.
Oh yeah, sorry y'all. She didn't even say that. Y'all, I was going to say that. It's okay.
Okay.
Not that you're black, but like, okay. Anyway, couple things about me. I am Filipino. Since we ended off with Jami being black. I'm Filipino. She's also not just black. She's like Panamanian, white, and black. So she's mixed with everything, and I'm just Asian. So our baby's finna go crazy. They finna be like mixy mix. They're finna be the whole world in one baby or a couple. Anyway, we don't have kids yet. Okay, about me. I am 25 as well. Jami's a month older than me. So she's my little no, I'm just kidding. No, she's
boy, I thought it was about you.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm done. Okay, so yeah, I'm 25. I'm Filipino. I have curly hair. I like my hair. What else about me?
You've lived in the same area your whole life.
I've lived in the same area my whole life. So I was born and raised, and I'm still here. And I don't know how long else I'll be here, but we'll see. In God's plan, we'll see where we end up. But this is where I am today, presently. I love to dance, like actually dance for real. Like whether it's like hip hop, contemporary, like choreography, lyrical, whatever. No matter. I just love dancing. I was a youth pastor, still am a youth pastor. Was a youth pastor full time. Now I am a full time realtor as a volunteer youth pastor. Love the Lord, love my wife, love life, love learning, love talking. I hope that this is the platform that we end up using, because I get to expound and storytell and take my time on my words a little more, because I feel like other places I haven't. And this is actually a cool setting. I love how Jami brought it up, because yeah, this is more intimate. We're just literally sitting on our couches, just big chilling right now. And I have like my sweats on, and we're just chilling. Jami got a blanket on, and we're just really just chilling right now. And I actually like to speak in front of people. So, but this is actually a lot different, which I really like. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. And I guess, yeah, that's really it. I love playing pickleball. I love volleyball. I love dancing. Yeah, I just love people. I love Jesus. That's it.
I love that.
That's it.
That was a good background.
Little background about us.
Okay. So what are we going to go over today in our first podcast session?
Yes, so we're just going to start yapping, y'all. We're just going to start yapping. Jami AJ podcasting. This is what we're going to do. So obviously the month of January, when we are about to post this will go out towards the end of this month. But presently, as we're speaking, as we're talking and starting, this is literally January 1st, 2025.
Yeah.
Like January 1st, 2025. And the cool thing, just as a quick little thing, that I was telling Jami is that this is our Sabbath day, as we're starting our Sabbath rhythm of rest on the first day of the year, where I feel like every other day before I would start it like, I'm ready to accomplish the goals of the year. I'm ready to go to the gym and ready to do this. And I thought it was just really cool how it lined up for us to just have a day where we rest and not feel like we have to work everything out for this year today, and trust in what God has for us, and that he's providing, he's working, he's doing it all. And so in that, the cool thing about this New Year's is that we're going to get into reflection. So Jami, hey, tell us about how you found this idea. Yeah. How you found this idea real quick.
Another hobby, I like being on social media.
Oh, okay.
Scrolling. But yeah, so this, I found.
That's not no hobby. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
Well, it takes my time.
Yeah.
But yeah, what we're doing today, we are gonna just do a 2024 reflection. And I just saw, I don't know who it was on Instagram, but it was just like a date activity. Like we wrote down things we remember from each month, and we were allowed to look at pictures on our phone to kind of remember, because honestly I don't think I would have remembered as much if I didn't go through my photos while we were doing this activity. But we haven't told each other what we wrote down yet, so we're gonna just kind of go through month by month.
Yes.
And just share like, what did you remember about January, and kind of just elaborate maybe a little bit. And I don't know, doing the activity, like so far what I wrote down and when I was looking at my pictures, it was just so sweet. Like I was like, dang, God has like moved. And like you forget so many things that have happened, because like at least for us, we're pretty busy. Like we're always, and like looking back at the year, like we were busy, we were doing a lot, but it was a lot of good things, and it made me really grateful and made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. So I'm excited to do this.
Okay, girl, look at, she already preached it. I just asked about the date idea, she's already going crazy. I love this. Dang. Okay, we got to keep podcasting more. This is good. This helps Jami just talk. I love it. But anyway, yeah, so we're gonna go month by month, and we basically had only 3 minutes per month to look at photos, to just to like go back in our memories, to just unlock memories of each month that happened in 2024. And we had to write it down on some flashcards. And so normally in this date, we would have just did that, and then after the 3 minutes, talk about how January went, or talk about how all of that stuff. So now we're just gonna get into it. And it's just gonna be a reflection date. We're gonna have a little date on our podcast with y'all. So welcome to our date, y'all. First date of 2025. It's gonna go crazy. Okay, so we're gonna start. We're starting with January 2024, baby. What did you write?
Oh, okay. So I wrote. So during this time, I was still being trained at my job in labor and delivery, and I said I was struggling. And I was stressed and crying a lot, and they actually extended my training. I was kind of worried, like, oh shoot, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Wow.
It was a stressful time. And then also I remember it was actually the end of 2023 when I found out I had a plantar wart on my foot. That sounds so nasty. But I never had a wart before in my life.
Dang.
And this wart
Sorry.
this wart was like,
to.
it was giving me hell.
It was.
It was like, I couldn't, if I was at home, I could not walk barefoot on the ground because it hurt my foot so bad. Like, it was painful. Like, there was only certain shoes I could wear without my foot hurting, and it would wake me up at night. So I put a sad face. And then I said,
oh yeah, I remember that.
AJ got Hoka's. I think that was kind of like a Christmas present kind of thing.
Yes.
And then another thing is, I wrote, AJ prepared me a romantic bath because because work made me stressed.
Dang, okay. I think I didn't even. Oh, that's happening, Jay.
Yeah.
Also, the Hokas, real quick. The Hokas, Jami got me an Apple Watch, which I really loved, but I felt like it was like another phone on my wrist, and I'm like more of a simple, I think, watch guy. I found out when she got me the gift, so then we traded it in. And I don't want to sound. Oh, you're good. I don't want to sound like super messed up, but I got Hokas because of that. I wanted some Hokas. Jami's a great gift giver, though, y'all. Anyway, I just wanted to say that.
Okay, what did you write?
Is that everything for January?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's actually different. It's
Okay,
beautiful.
I'm curious what you wrote.
Yours was you're getting vulnerable talking about. I never thought you were gonna talk about the planter word. I thought you were so
That thing
embarrassed.
affected
You were
me.
embarrassed about that though. That's crazy. Okay, so for me, the first thing I wrote was I officiated a sweet friend's wedding. So I officiated a really good friend's wedding. In January, and then we danced a lot. So I officiate weddings. I've done it when I was like pastoring at a church full time, and then I'm just blessed that like I was able to continue to. I loved officiating weddings, and I guess people love that I get to do it with them. So that was super sweet. Went to, oh my gosh, I thought like when I felt like God was opening up doors to start dancing, and so me thinking that was like, I'm gonna go get my Zumba instructor license.
I remember.
Yeah, so I went to go to this. I think it was like a 6-7 hour class to like teach Zumba because we started Zumba in 2023, and I was like, yo, I just love like working out and dancing
It
because
was fun.
I wanted to dance. I wanted to go back to the studio, and so going back to the studio, I wanted to prepare my like lungs to take the time to dance. So then we went to Zumba. And then I was like, man, do I want to be a Zumba instructor? Like, everybody kept hyping me up. I was the only dude in the freaking Zumba place. And they're like, all these ladies, like, oh my gosh, you're such a good dancer. You'd be so good at this. I was like, oh, for real? Like, should I? And they're like, you should teach. Or like, you can step in my class and teach a choreo if you want to one day. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe. So didn't end up doing that. We still do Zumba sometimes. Just a little dance workout. Shout out to my auntie. She does Shine.
Yeah, Shine.
Shine dance class. Anyway. It's super cool. So
That's
hilarious. we went to go get my Zumba instructor license, and it expired I think today because I never used it. It's okay. It was a cool experience. And then I joined the Kingdom group. The TK group is a real estate team that I'm a part of. So like I said, I'm a full-time realtor. So I transitioned from a KW, Keller Williams, to this smaller boutique brokerage with another team, and crazy, amazing mentorship. Still on the team now. So that's awesome. And then we went to Jami and I's, basically, I think our favorite boba spot in Castle Rock this January 2024 was Omni Boba. So we went to Omni Boba, and Jami was looking fine. She's looking so good, as she always does. Oh, she's lucky there's no camera right now. Anyway, so yeah, I went there, and then also we started our young adult Bible study at our house this January 2024. So it's been a full year. So hey, shout out to y'all, young adult Bible study at our crib. You knew who you are. So hey, happy first year anniversary.
I thought we started in February. That's funny.
Yeah, me too. But I saw the pizza, and then I saw like we made ube cookies. We made the ube.
So it wasn't January. Okay.
Yeah. So it was January. So,
okay.
All right. Okay. All right, baby. You want to go to February?
Yes.
Okay. Also,
all right.
I have to pee so bad. I'll be right back.
Should we pause?
Yeah. We could pause. I'm back from my pee. Anyway, also real quick before we get to February, I didn't want to skip over what you were talking about with nursing, and you were going like, I literally was like, okay, you said I was crying, it was really hard, and then, oh yeah, so me was it like what happened? Like what was, if you want to talk about it, if not, it's okay. But like just maybe a little bit. I don't
I
know.
don't. I gotta remember. Honestly, I feel like
What was the hard thing about it? Yeah.
it was just like a whole different learning style for me. Like I want to be calm and go through things easily. And obviously labor and delivery is a stressful area and things can change really fast. And I think like there was just so many new things for me. It was just hard for me to adjust to being fast. And for me, I was like, well, I think I just need to do this slow. And I didn't always understand the reason why I was doing things. There was like so much education. Like I had to learn, like, you know, you learn all these things in nursing school, but going into a specialty, like it goes like so much deeper and there's so much more. So it was a big learning curve for me. And I think it just took me longer to understand the reason why I did things. So that's why I was struggling and crying and like, I can't do this. But you know, God got me through it and now things are a lot better. So
Heck yeah. No, thank you, baby, for sharing that. I just want to ask, because I remember you talked about how you went from a place that's more checklist vibes as a nurse. It was more of like get things done and it was more task oriented versus labor and delivery is very critical thinking, on the go. Like, hey, if something goes down, you need to be able to respond
quickly
and know what's going down. Yeah. So it's just cool to see that you learn from that and like you're still learning, but that you've adjusted to that and that you're open handed. And it's crazy because you wanted to be in L&D so bad.
I know that was the funny part, but hey, I'm still here.
Yeah, grass is always greener on the other side, but when you're on the other side, just water it.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. All right, thank you, baby. So yeah, let's get into February 2024. What you got?
Okay, so February I wrote, so Valentine's, and I had, you decorated our office door and you put like balloons and you got me some gifts.
Oh my gosh.
And then surprise lunch, we went to go eat at Baon Kitchen. And then I remember we did
Baon Supper Club, yep.
We did a succulent Lego set together. And then, dang, there's a lot. I went to a trampoline park with some of my girlfriends, and we went to Denver and we ate food. And this is when we discovered Mango. If you know, you know. That place is fire.
Okay, girl.
I started reading this book called Hello Stranger. It's really cute.
Mango, but a sponsor.
It's like a romantic, romantic cute story. It's not nothing crazy, but it's very cute.
Sorry, what was the book again? I'm sorry.
Hello Stranger.
Okay.
And then I finished my orientation.
Oh yeah.
So I finished my training at work. So that means I think it was like the middle of February. I finally was allowed to be on my own. I didn't need to have another nurse with me training me anymore, which was like exciting because it's like, oh my gosh, like I actually made it. Because it kind of got to a point in my training where it was like, okay, like we're gonna give you more time, but if you still don't get it, we're gonna have to talk about moving you somewhere else. So and you know, it's not a bad thing. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna fire you. It's just like, oh, maybe you need to go to another unit or something else. But yeah, I finished my training and I was on my own. And I remember my first day off of training, it was scary. I was like,
I remember, yeah.
It was fine.
I need my preceptor.
I know. It was snow. I survived. And AJ brought me flowers, I remember.
Damn. What? Bruh. I'd be so hard on myself. Anyway, that's really sweet. Okay.
Your February.
My February, yes. So I said that I ate out with a lot of homies. So I had like a lot of pictures and times that I was just eating out with a bunch of friends and just hanging out with friends. And then also a lot of double dates for us in February. Like you said, we did Valentine's. I forgot that I did the door thing, but we like built the succulent Lego set. We went to Baon Supper Club. Shout out to Katie Fisco, going crazy out here with the Filipino food. It's very rare out here, so when it happens, it's good. It was a little pop-up in the area that we were at. It was a little Filipino spot pop-up kitchen, and so we visited and got some really good food. We also made some heart-shaped spam musubi and some really good cookies. So we were big backs that day. It was crazy. It was so good. We were big backing. And then we went to Denver before a friend's engagement. Jami and I hung out in Denver and picked out a card for them. And it was just so fun, like walking through like this like really beautiful, it wasn't downtown Denver. It was like a small little spot, like in a neighborhood. Like those spots that you just have in a neighborhood that has like little shops and stuff was just super aesthetic, super cute, such a vibe. And then, and then I said that we drove, oh my gosh. So for my friend, shout out to Chef Donnie, for his birthday, it was a little surprise thing in Pueblo. Now we're just saying where we're at. It's okay. And we drove this dangerous like time. Oh my God.
It was the way back home. It was dangerous.
Oh my gosh. The highway was
we were swerving.
It was so scary. And
but
it was
God had his hand.
Yes, 100%. He had the hand on the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we drove danger. It was so crazy. So we had to celebrate his 25th birthday. But it was a surprise. And then we drove back and it was freaking scary. Like I felt like every time I just turned the wheel a little bit, it felt like it was like going to get off the highway. It was insane. I don't know. It was like a weird weather that day.
It was just like the road was ice.
Yeah. So that's what I remember in February. So that was wild. Wild. Okay.
Some March.
You want me to go? You go.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So our close friends Chris and Z got engaged. One thing I remember that was funny is it was like a surprise for all the friends to be at the house. So they
I remember
so
this.
we were all waiting like hours. So everyone was like we were having fun, but then we were all like, where are they at?
Yeah,
like what?
We were complaining.
Feel bad. So no, it was fine, but it was funny because that's like what I actually remember from that. And then we went to Idaho, Boise, because we have two friends out there. We have a friend named Blake, and then we have our other friend Michaela.
Yep, Blake's my
so we got to just, I don't know. See, we had both been to Idaho before, but we went separate other times. So this time we went together, and it was fun. And then what else? I had a video of you swimming at Crunch. So we used to have a Crunch Fitness membership, and then you would swim, and there was like a big glass window, and then that's where the Stairmasters were. So I would do the Stairmaster, and you would swim.
Yeah, you just watch me swimming.
I would look
like
at
a
him.
fish.
And then also this is kind of when we started looking into buying houses. I don't know. We just started looking.
That was wild, yeah.
And then, and our other friends, they got married too. So that was good.
Yes. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I also, going into them getting married, I officiated a second wedding within like...
Wedding number 2.
In 3 months. Oh, excuse me. And it was crazy because this was the first wedding that I officiated where Jami and I did premarital counseling with the couple together, Jami and I together, not just me. So that was really cool. I went to Boise to visit literally like my brother for life. Shout out to Blakey. And then also a really great, sweet friend, Michaela, and her beautiful kids and awesome husband. So shout out to them. That was a dope experience. Got to see like their church out there and stuff. So yeah, and then we went to, and I said that we went to an Equinox event. It was like this event. Yeah, we went to the Equinox event with some homies. It was like a cool social, like celebrating like this, from what I understand, it was like a marketing.
Is that when Aaron and Preston came to visit us?
No, that was 2023.
Oh, okay. I was like,
this is a different one. I think this is the one I went by myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, John, you were working or something, so I went with the other homies. Had some cool like photos and just aesthetic, like just meeting people, connecting people, network. It was dope.
Okay.
And then I started playing like what it says. It says I started playing volleyball. I started playing volleyball again outside and pickleball. And then Jami, we played volleyball outside one time, just me and Jami, and we were trying to do like this little peppering thing. And I remember it was this really nice day. We were just having fun. And then we also went to this place called Sugar's, which is like a really good like restaurant out here.
We like eating.
Yeah. So it was, and then we just had a bunch of sweet dates. So yeah, March was sick. And then I just saw myself in a dance studio, like dancing a lot. I think this is when I started going more often. Just back dancing in the studio, just having fun. Not just TikTok dancing, not just Zumba, but just like actually it's like-minded people that love to dance. So that was March.
Okay.
All right, let's get it. What's next?
Let's get it, because I think we got to go through this.
Yeah.
Okay, April. So the first thing I saw was when EJ was at our house.
Oh,
and this is our friend. But anyways, when he was at our house, we made a TikTok.
Oh, we made a TikTok.
So
And I still
like
haven't posted it. I feel so bad.
So it's fun. It was just
sorry,
funny,
y'all.
but and then I also have a lot of pictures from the day one your first one in 2024, day one real estate class.
Mm-hmm.
And what made this class like special was your first, but also what made it special was the food. So Bao and Supper Club like provided food for the event, so it was fire.
Yeah, it
fire.
was fire. This was my second class ever.
His second class, my bad, but
No,
it was
you're good,
fire.
you're good.
And then for me, a big thing was in April. This was when my wart finally was removed and killed.
Oh my!
I had to go to the
R.I.P.
I went to the I was freaking scraping
Killed
it.
that
I was
mug.
scraping that thing myself. It was so
Yes.
disgusting. And then I made I had to make it was so bad. I made appointments, and then the doctor, she was like, "All right, we're gonna go ahead and just scrape it out." And she didn't give me any pain medicine. I was kind of scared, but it didn't even hurt. She just scraped it.
Dang.
And then I went to I was spending money. I went to another appointment, and they looked at it and they were like, "It looks like it's pretty much gone, but we're gonna put beetle juice on it to make sure it's dead." And
Beetlejuice is crazy.
I don't know. I was like,
Shout
"Oh,
out to
okay,
Beetlejuice.
whatever works." And
Y'all
I
know
have
what I'm
not.
talking about.
It's been gone ever since. So
Yes.
honestly, that is a miracle, because that wart was giving me the worst. And then, yeah, I said we went to Denver, went on a little date to the park.
Yes.
And
I
then
wrote that
we
down too.
went to our favorite Korean bakery and Yomi's. So yeah.
Yomi's got that tanghulu.
All right.
That tanghulu. Okay. So yeah, that was fire, baby. Okay.
What'd you write?
So for April, I said that we went. Oh, this is the one you didn't write. I went to my cousin Alex's boys volleyball playoff games.
Ooh,
So yeah, they started.
What it
Yeah, so they started in
is.
playoffs. They had a really fire team 2024, and he's insane. He's a beast. So shout out to Alex. He's a beast. And we went to the volleyball playoff game, and then we also, for a citywide event, Jami and I did public interviews at a college with EJ and India
to promote
the A Day in the Springs citywide event. So that was sick. We went to the local college.
It was really fun, actually.
It was super fun.
Seeing,
And that's I just
younger
love interacting with
people.
people. Yeah.
People were fun. Most of the people we asked questions, they were fun.
Yeah. And it was a little intimidating sometimes, but I love, for me, I can talk to people a lot. So I was asking questions. I started reading this book called Subversive Sabbath, which, even though I said I wanted to read 3 to 5 books in 2024, I only read 1.
Oh. Where's the
Not counting books in the Bible. Oh yeah, go ahead. It's this one. Dang, Jami, that's messed up. Anyway, but it was, honestly, that book was worth 10 books, because that book was fire. So speaking of talking about it being the Sabbath, yeah, we went on a date. It was my cousin JD's birthday, so that was super fun. And then we saw the King Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney fight. And I remember when we saw it, dude, I was like, what the heck? I'm not going to get controversial with it. All I know is that it was just wild. And it was way out of expecting that everybody thought, because they thought Devin Haney was going to go crazy on Ryan. They thought he was going to knock him out. He was undefeated. And Ryan swept the floor with dude. So that was kind of crazy.
Wait, I thought that Devin Haney won.
No. Babe, Ryan Garcia. See, this is why
this is why we're
This is why Jami, when we watch sports, I have to explain. I'm just kidding. Shout out to I'm just kidding. No,
Okay.
see, yeah, Devin Haney was the one that got knocked down. And he got smacked.
We might
up.
have to make a video about boxing or podcast.
Oh my gosh. We don't even want to go there. Anyway, and then I had my first closed transaction in real estate ever in April. So that was a huge win. Yeah, God's good. So first transaction in my real estate career ever. So that was a huge blessing. And then I also posted my testimony video of church hurt in April. So I posted it on all platforms and really was like locked in with what the Lord like really wanted me to just share with everybody who ever watched it, about what I experienced with church hurt and how God still redeemed that, and that I still love church. It just still hurts you because people hurt people. And so
Amen.
it was good. So I posted church hurt on there, or church. So yeah, that's April.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. How about May?
May. Okay, these months are getting packed. I
Mayo.
like how we're not repeating what each other says.
Yeah, I'm literally listening to you, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say that. Like,
okay, so for me in May, I would say I wrote, so one of our close friends, and she also started going to our church. That's how we met her, Kai. I said a new girl came to our church, and then we hung out and went to IKEA for the day, which was really like a blessing and awesome. It was funny because my car, the speakers are broken in it. So we rode in my car, and we had a lot of time to talk. So it was really
get to
good.
know the new girl, yeah.
And
Shout out to
then
Kai.
hung out with some other close friends. And then what? Oh, okay. This was a highlight. We got to meet the mayor. We didn't actually talk to him very long. We just took some pictures.
Oh, yeah.
The mayor of our city. He's very nice. And then we went to AJ's cousin's volleyball state championship. Fire. They ended up getting second in the state. Like, they were fire. I was there for one of the games, but not the actual, like, yeah.
Don't tap this, girl.
Oh,
it's okay.
the actual
you're good.
championship. And then what else?
Yeah, the games were crazy.
We had I wrote first Bible study hangout. So when we did like a putt thing, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
And our 4-year anniversary. 4 years being married.
Yes, 4 years being married. Which she just kind of like brushed over that like it wasn't that important. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, yeah, I wrote down the first thing. Well, yeah, our 4-year anniversary. We had some like Korean barbecue, and we dressed up all nice, and it was just a good day that day. We had a really good time. I said that my friend EJ's birthday was that day, or like that month, so we did like a bunch of like karaoke. And that was like the first time I did karaoke with a bunch of like Filipinos in a while. So it was just so cool because karaoke culture, you already know, bro, as a Filipino, like karaoke culture is like freaking insane. So like everybody sings. Whether you sound good or bad, you finna sing. So we went crazy, and just know your boy sounded good. Anyway, all that to say, yeah, when we met the mayor, it was at a PAC SoCo event. So it was the Chamber of Commerce of Filipino Americans, Colorado Springs. So that was, or in Southern Colorado. So that was good. And then we also, for our anniversary, went to Daniel's Peak. We went to Daniel's Peak, and it was super beautiful. Daniel's Peak is basically like super beautiful, like nature drive / hike. And so we just walked around, and then we wrote poems. And I wrote this fire poem. I don't even know why I was like on something. It was crazy. One day I'll share it maybe, but it was really good. And then I also left and transitioned into full-time real estate this month. And then I also stepped away, transitioned out of my part-time job at a nonprofit. And so basically stepped away from any paid ministry. So yeah, I was in full-time, then I was in part-time. Then now from May 2024, I am like fully part-time. No part-time, I mean like fully full-time real estate and volunteer ministry. So serving the Lord in that, serving people. And yeah, and then May 31st, and then it goes into what you're talking about. May 31st, we had a little surprise birthday for Jami, which I have a story about that. Real quick, I'll just say it. We had like a surprise birthday for Jami after our Bible study because it fell on a Friday. Jami's birthday was on a Saturday, June 1st, and I was like planning it for everybody to come, and then we were gonna hang out afterwards. It was a great surprise. She didn't know. We hung out. Literally that night we went to a spot. I'm not gonna expose them, but all I'm gonna say is that they said dancing and good vibes, all of the dancing. There was barely anybody dancing, and the DJ, it felt like, because my dad's a DJ and I've DJ'd a couple things too, I know how to use a mixer. It felt like dude just played a track where he just got another person that DJs and mixed it, and he didn't mix any songs, wasn't taking no song requests. it was just a total L, and I was pissed. But it was still a vibe because all of Jami's friends was there, and she was, always grateful and humble and happy about it. But I was
happy my friends were there.
I was so mad because I wanted to dance. But hey, I can't expect too much out of a free event.
Life be life. Yeah, free
yeah.
event.
So all good, all good. Anyway.
Okay, June. So yeah, my birthday month, and we went to a farmer's market. We went to fun. We had a nice dinner that night, and then later that month, I went to Mango again.
Right, they better sponsor this.
Mango.
Because you be speaking so highly of them, and they.
Okay. And then we had a youth pool party, and I have this picture of you and you're barbecuing, and I said that you look like an uncle. And then
status, y'all.
We also we had our Bible study collaborated with another Bible study that we're friends with, and we had a park day, and it was really fun. Mm-hmm. And then my last big memory in June, so we went to California. That's where AJ's parents live.
Shout out to my fam, mom, dad.
It was a really good trip. Like, I had so much fun. Mm-hmm. But the key thing, like, I remember is we went to Big Bear, which is like a giant lake. We stayed in a cabin. And AJ's dad, on the way to going to this lake, we bought jet skis. Well, he bought jet skis for us to swim with. And then finally, the day when we went out with the jet skis, Sarah's AJ's sister, and AJ, they both got on the jet skis, and they had the keys on their life jackets. Bruh.
Oh,
bruh.
Shoot,
literally, they were riding the jet skis, and then all of a sudden, they were like, where's the key? AJ was like, I lost my key. What the heck? Where'd my key go? Like, he could remember, though, like, where it fell. And then Sarah came back on her jet ski, and then she realized she lost her key.
Oh my god.
And I said, bruh, AJ's dad was pissed. Such a fun trip still.
Amazing trip, but fun.
We ended up finding one of the keys.
Yeah.
Like, we literally were, the water's murky, so you can't see, but thank God we found one of the keys, and it worked for both the jet skis. So we were able to still, like, ride one of the jet skis, and all was well. But it's such a fun, like, looking back, thank God we found a key, because if not, but it was funny.
It would have been so hard to dock the jet skis and
the parts.
It's just you didn't have a key to the jet skis, like, tough to.
How are you gonna move it?
Exactly, because you need it to turn it on and all that. It's kind of like it's like on the treadmill. You have that thing. If it gets pulled off, then it doesn't work. It's like literally the same thing with the jet ski. But yeah, that's cool because jet skiing. That's like one of my family's biggest things in high school that I used to do with my family when they lived out here in Colorado. So when they moved out to Cali. It's been like a couple years. It was like when we first got married. They didn't have it was so tough that they didn't have we didn't have no jet skis time anymore. Like, that was like one of like the prime like moments and experiences, like memories I have. It was like memories of jet skiing. So then when my dad bought it, and I was like, what? Like, it was just like a flashback, like reminiscing. It was a really sweet time. But then we lost those keys, and I was like, yeah, it wouldn't have been an experience of like what normally happens if we didn't lose the keys. You know
if something didn't happen,
if
that would have been
something bad
weird.
didn't happen, it would be weird because there's always something. Like, and that's another story for another day. But
all right,
yeah, is that all for June for you?
That's all for me.
Well, here you said basically a lot of them. I will say that when we went to Mango, it was because we were also in Denver for Waterworld with our friends. So that's why we were in Denver for Mango's because we went to Waterworld. And then I had a second closed transaction that
Praise God
for real estate back to back. Basically, it was really sweet, and it was with some friends that we reunited with or got reconnected with. A childhood friend that I grew up with, and then Jami met his wife in nursing school. And so we all got close, and they entrusted me to serve them and found them a sweet house. So shout out to them, Daniel and Kaylee. Then the vacay Big Bear was great. We took some like all white photos in California with all of us wearing white. We used it for our Christmas pictures, so that was pretty fun. But yeah, that's everything else. You said it. And then we also, on your birthday, we had African food. We had some like...
That wasn't African food.
Sorry.
That was Ethiopian.
Ethiopian food. Okay, but this okay. I'm sorry. Y'all can forgive me. The thing is, with people be saying, "Hey, they had Asian food," so I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ethiopian food. I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay, how about you do July 1st?
Okay, I'll do July. So second half, I'll just start it. But yeah, okay. Ethiopian food, y'all. Don't cancel me. Anyway, yeah. So July, y'all, we bought our first. Oh shit! Here, hold on,
Praise the Lord.
Yeah. We got our first house, beautiful home, all glory to God. It literally, that may be another story, another time for the details of how that all happened. And we can go over how, like, all of the deep stuff. But yeah, got our first home in July, bought our first home. So now we got a mortgage. Yeah. We also had Jami's little brother, Americo. Shout out to Americo. Love that dude.
Yeah.
He visited us for a week when we barely had any, like, furniture, anything. That's like
crazy because I wrote that too.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, and then we did the incline, and then when the day that he left, we had like the best ramen I've ever had in Denver. So yeah, I'm just gonna gatekeep that for now.
Yeah,
yeah. And then oh, by the way, we went to Waterworld in July, and then we went to Mango Mango in July.
Yeah, I went to Mango Mango in June with just one friend.
My bad. Jami went to Mango Mango like 10,000 times this year, so I only been there like once. So I was like, she loves this place so much, never took me on a date, so I don't get it. I'm just kidding. No, so yeah, we actually went to, so that's my bad. We went to Waterworld in July, and then we still went to Mango Mango. And then we played so much pickleball, and then we also had a day in the Springs, the citywide event that we were doing the interviews for at the college. That went down in July, and it was a success. So yeah, that's me for July. So how about you?
I mean, I got some like hanging out with friends. I said, yeah, the incline was pretty memorable for me because it was a few people like our friends and like people from church. And I had never done the incline before. So to me, I was like, I'm kind of nervous because I've lived here in Colorado for a while and people talk about this incline.
But
like,
you're
it's
so
a big
fit.
deal.
You're so fit.
Thanks, babe. Thanks. But I was like, oh man, like, am I going to make it? I did. I was like, it was AJ, Americo, AJ, and then me.
Yeah, me and Americo finished at the same time. So we were first, and Jami was second, acting like she wasn't going to finish at all. She went crazy.
Yeah, I think it was just I was by myself, so I was like, I'm like, we were in groups, and then you start losing your group slowly. So yeah.
Okay.
That was July.
Dang. Okay. All right. Anything that was July? Okay. So for August, and we're gonna run through these because it's gonna be quick because we did not. Yeah, we can be talking. This is also our date, so like y'all just gotta give us grace, man.
It's our first one.
We're reminiscing over this. Like this is like our time to like just look back and reflect. So August, y'all, I had my birthday and /house blessing /house party. So the crazy thing is, our house is definitely bigger to host.
It's the biggest place we've lived in.
Yes, since we've been married. And the crazy thing is, like, bruh, there was so many. We felt so loved. There was so many people that pulled up, and it was just wild. Like, literally, there's barely any room for us to like stand anywhere, but we felt so loved. So shout out to everybody that was there and to celebrate the birthday and to celebrate our house and getting it blessed. And we were able to anoint all the doors and with oil, holy oil, I guess, and like. It was really good. So, yeah. And then I went a couple other things. We went to, I was the best. Not best man. I was a groomsman in like one of my best friend's wedding. So Chris, shout out to Chris. Love you, bro. One of the dang, I'm not the best man. I wanted to be so bad saying it.
You wanted to be the best man.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
No, this sounds like I wanted to. I was a groomsman at his wedding, and then I also got to host and MC the reception. Yeah, so that was really sweet time. And then I went golfing. Like previously for the first time, but this is like I went golfing a lot this year, like 3 times this year. So this is like the second time with another one of my close homies, really good friend of mine. Shout out to Matt. And then my aunt's birthday was also this month. Has so many August birthdays. Like my little brother and little sister, all of us as siblings have birthdays in August. So we...
Interesting.
Yeah, what does that even mean? Yeah, mom, dad. Anyway, and yeah, so that was August for me. That's what I wrote down.
Yeah. Okay, for me, I'm just going to add, hung out with some girlfriends. My grandma came to visit us, so Grandma Marie.
No, that was September.
No, she came like the end of August.
Bro, why do I keep... Okay, my bad.
She came she came at the end of August. But then we bought our couch.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know why. Maybe it's just like something silly in me, but I was like, I want a sectional when I have my own place. So we have a sectional and we really like it. And then this is also when we discovered, or AJ showed me Sliced, which is the best homie bagel spot that's very close to us, and I love it. And then we also did a sunflower girls hang. So there's like a flower farm, and we just took like a bunch of aesthetic photos and got to be with flowers, and it was really cute.
Heard that. Okay. Yeah. So that's September?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or that's August.
What?
September.
Oh yeah, that was August. My bad. That's September now. I'm tripping, baby. That was good. Okay. So yeah, quickly, September. Yeah, I put that grandma also was into going from the end of August to September. She visited, and then we got things for our house. I went to Atlanta to help a really good friend of mine with starting up his roofing business in Atlanta because he recently moved to Atlanta. So my dude flew me out there. I stayed at his house, and we worked this weekend home like event. It was like a home like not a conference. It was like a home event, like home convention. Yeah. So that was sick. Shout out to him. That was like the first time I was like, man, you really think that I'm that talented to help with your business? He's like, yes, bro. I need your help. So I was like super blessed. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Josh. We had like a young adult, like our young adult Bible study. We had like a karaoke / like movie night. Watched this fire anime movie. I forgot what it was called.
Belle.
It was called Belle. Yeah, that was fire. So shout out to that movie. And then I had like a sweet day in Denver with the boys. They picked me up from Atlanta. They picked me up from Denver airport from Atlanta, and we hung out in Denver and did so much. And I was so tired, but I was so blessed to hang out with them. So it was super fun. Shout out to EJ and Caleb. And then I had my third wedding. I officiated my third wedding
oh my God.
in September. I officiated so many weddings. And this was like our second one that Jami and I went through premarital counseling with this couple for Ian and Kaylana. Yeah. We just saying names though, but yeah, it's all good. So yeah, it was really sweet. We hosted we had that. Hosted a going away party for like my main village man. Shout out to Noah because he was moving out to... He was going away, and then we had a tea date. I had a tea date. I had a memory of Jami and I going
I put
to get
that
tea
one down
with Jami. So that was sweet.
Well, yeah, I said AJ went to Atlanta for a weekend, and then I had two of my close friends. We had like a little girl sleepover. We was watching movies, and then I made breakfast, and then also I finished the Korean drama series Crash Landing on You, which I tried to watch it like a few years ago when it first came out, and I was like, nah, I can't do this. But then
why can't you do this? Explain to everybody what the heck that means.
I don't know, but guess what? When I rewatched it, I could. It was fire. I was like, why did I wait so long? It was so good. And then did the incline again, and I had the weirdest hair appointment of my life.
Oh,
I don't know. It was just like hair drama. Like, I don't know why. I don't know. For me, I feel like as a black woman getting my hair done, it's always like low-key, like kind of stressful. Like, is this person gonna do my hair right? And then it's like, are they gonna be on time? And then it's like the next ranting. Client be like they be like pissed that the person's doing your hair, or when you show up, like, are they gonna still be doing someone else's hair? It's a whole thing. So I went to a new stylist, and it was a situation. It wasn't terrible. She didn't mess up my hair, but still weird.
Okay, ranting. You ranting. Okay.
October.
Okay, we're on the home stretch, y'all. Yes. We're almost done. So we're gonna fly by this, and then we finna finish, cause yeah, this is fun though. I'm having a lot of fun. Okay, October. So we went on our first camping trip married.
Yay!
That was so fun.
Cute.
That was super sweet. It was super like last second, but we were like, let's just do it before it gets really cold. Because it got cold that night. It definitely got cold. We were still warmed up, but yeah, it was like right before it got insanely cold. We also, oh yeah, I said that my real estate team landed, my team leads landed a $3.2 million listing. And then we made content for it, for the listing of a house. So that was sick. We had a surprise birthday trip to Florida for our super sweet, close couple homies. Like, this was like we really like hanging out with couples, and we like hit it off with them. So shout out to Aaron and Preston out in Florida. We love you guys. So we got to do a surprise birthday trip for Aaron. And then we had like a youth takeover, our first youth takeover at our church. So we both lead. So I pastor youth at our church, and we had like a youth takeover where they took over the whole service with me while I taught. And so, yeah, that was the first one we did. And then, yeah, we went on the first part at the end of October, our first part of our trip to Panama. And then and then before we left, I had my second day one real estate class that I taught in the fall. And then a crazy offer to church plant. That's all I'm gonna say. So it's crazy.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
For me, I guess the only other thing I will add is girls Bible study. We had like a hangout, and we did like a fall themed night. So cute. It was so fun. Like, we just ate, like, people brought food. It was good. We had coffee. We did, what did we do? We did like crafts. Like, we made little clay things, which now that I remember, I made a strawberry and I still haven't picked it up from their house.
Bro.
But
hey, we got to keep you accountable.
I know, I need to text her and go over. And then also it was my friend's baby shower. It was like a last minute thing.
Yeah.
And we got to see her.
Shout out to Tate.
Yeah. So that's it for October. All right.
Okay, bet. All right. Last two. November, second half of our trip to Panama. So the beginning of November, we had our second half to Panama trip, which was so fire. First half, we hung out with Jami's grandma, who lives out in Panama. And then the second half, we got to do our own little thing, a little romantic, little island hopping, beach, beautiful clear water. It was amazing. It was beautiful. So we had that. We went to our friend's wedding. So this time I wasn't officiating because that would have been crazy. But we went to our friend's wedding. We had a spontaneous trip to see a really close couple friends out. And they were about to have their baby, but we just wanted to see them for a weekend. So
it worked out.
It worked out really well. So we got to see them before they had their baby. It's super spontaneous. I baked homemade stuffing for Thanksgiving. And then...
It was really good.
It was so good. I'm gonna do it next year again too. Homemade stuffing. It wasn't from the box. It was gas. And we have to do yams next year because my uncle was complaining. He was like, "Boy, y'all should have just brought yams." I was like, "Dang, okay." So we got to do two dishes from next year. Shout out to Uncle Edward. But then Christmas decorating. We decorated for Christmas, and then our Black Friday we bought the equipment that we're currently using for podcasting. Shout out to Black Friday because we wouldn't have got these things, and we doing the thing. Oh my gosh. Dang, Bruno. Okay. That was nasty.
For me, I also said yes.
November.
I said went to my home country. I was not born in Panama, but you
Panamanian.
I grew up around my mom, my grandma. Like, I grew up around all Hispanic people. So that's what I said. Yep. I said my favorite parts in Panama was dancing in Panama City, and then going to the coffee farm in Boquete, and then our bike adventure in Bocas and Starfish Beach.
That's a whole nother. We should talk about. That's a whole nother
we should do a podcast on travel.
Yes, travel. Things we've done, things we've experienced. Yeah, that's pretty
that'd
crazy.
Be good. And then
look at us.
I said Chris Kindle. We went to this Christmas market with some of my friends. And it's called the Chris Kindle Market. And my favorite part was the s'mores. It was super cute, and it's just really aesthetic. So yeah.
Dang. Okay. All right. We are in December, y'all. We are reflecting.
There's so
much. It was so much. Yeah, let's finish this out and then we're about to be done. Okay. So December, y'all, literally yesterday, the end of yesterday and December 2024, basically we randomly I randomly hit up a weekend dance event. It was like a dance event, like the Royal Face Off, at the dance studio that I dance at, and it was so lit. I battled people, and I haven't battled in a long time. Got humbled. I can dance, y'all, but battle tactics and dancing battles and street dance is crazy. So it was really cool. And then I got invited to host another event the next day. So that was super cool. I got to host my first dance event as an MC, as a host. Made some sick Target Christmas ornaments, which was super sweet. It was so cool. We made like this cool little thing from Target. It was like little houses that we got to paint together. And then also ate jjajangmyeon. So shout out to jjajangmyeon, little black bean noodles, fire. And then I had my winter showcase performance for dancing. So that was like my first like back to dance performance I've had in a long time. I haven't like performed in that many people and dancing choreography in a long time. He did
so good.
Thanks, baby.
They did so good. It was really fun. I just want to add for the dance competition thing, like I did not grow up like dancing really, like I'm not, but it was really cool to see like one, good dancers and like battling, like you only see that in movies.
Yeah.
So it was really, I would say, cool.
Yeah.
And I discovered like a new style of dance, which is crump, and I really like it. Like it's like you put so much of your body into it, but it was just so cool. So yeah. Sorry.
Okay. No, don't be sorry. That was fire. Yeah, Jami, she got the whole experience. It was fire. We didn't even think we were gonna do that. Like
it was random.
I just pulled up because I wanted to vibe out. Then I ended up dancing. Then Jami ended up coming after.
Yeah, I just watched.
So that was sick. Then we had obviously Christmas. We had a photo shoot. That's a crazy story. Yeah. I don't think we can talk about it another time. Oh my gosh. And then we had our 8-year dating anniversary, December 27th. So we did some sweet like time.
We saw Mufasa.
We saw Mufasa.
Brother.
My brother.
That probably will be cut out, but.
No, we can't. I'm not about to edit this.
What?
No, we about to have everything on here, girl.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
okay.
So 8-year dating anniversary, and then we had goal setting, a lot of really intentional times, and then and then I took my uncle to get some food at a Korean barbecue spot for his birthday, and I spent too much. It was bad. It's not a bad thing. It was crazy. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, that was December. What happened for you, baby?
Honestly, I wrote almost all the same things.
Okay.
One thing I said is we went to one of the youths like Christmas like choir events, and that was really fun. Mm-hmm. We went to like a high school and just heard them sing carols, and I don't know, like reflecting on how we used to be like that, like going to school events in high school, and I don't know, I love like being with people and that. And then we got to do our meeting. I think one thing that was special about like our meeting on like how can we like goals and budget and stuff is just like as we've gotten older, like we're like really intentional, like we care more and more about those things.
We grew up and together with it,
and it's like it's been trial and error, but I see like this like last year was good, but like this year is gonna be I think even better because we're like more on the same page. Like, okay, wait, we want to do good. It's not like, bruh, it's not like one of us forcing the other. Like we both want to do it.
Yeah, and it's like God's gonna move in it, and we're like in unity of mind with Him at the center. We're just asking Him to move in a way that we saw Him do this last year.
Exactly. So I'm excited, and then that's it. I don't want to. There's other things, but I ain't gonna say everything.
You good? Okay. You sure? Okay, cool. All right, y'all. That was our long, amazing reflection time. This is so cool. I'm glad that y'all got to do this with us. If you already got to this point with us at the end, and I hope that you guys had an awesome time. And if you haven't done this already, y'all should do it. Y'all should reflect on 2024. And just reflect, maybe, I don't know, it's just a good time to always look back and see what was done and what God did and just what happened throughout the year, because sometimes we can easily forget and just like act like dang, like
You think
being
of
too hard on
them.
yourself, or you don't be like, dang, like that happened this year. Like it's just a good time to be grateful and appreciate what happened. So, and then looking forward, just like excited for what's gonna come, because we did not expect that to happen in 2024.
Yeah, it's like I think a lot of it it wasn't like planned.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it more.
Yeah.
Oh wow, crazy exciting. But yeah, I just feel really blessed and grateful like doing that. So
yeah. All right, y'all. So you guys, we just started yapping. Now we're gonna stop yapping. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and to our first podcast. We definitely want to be more intentional with talking about other topics and stuff. We just really wanted to give you guys a quick background about us and even the kind of lifestyle and things we live in. If you're listening,
yeah, just normal people.
Just normal people, man. Normal people that just want to
make
content. And so just normal people that not even want to make content, but want to just talk, to have a platform to just speak, to just yap. But hopefully, yeah, we'll definitely have more time to, for the next ones and stuff. But yeah, you guys, thank you for tuning in. Love you guys. And we are out. We're finna stop yapping. Jami AJ podcast. Audi. Peace.